welcome to my channel, Transcendent Tarot. I am so excited that you guys are here with me today. This is my very first YouTube video. And again, I'm really excited to get started with this. So I am a psychic medium and I've been practicing those skills for the last few years. I also practice shamanism as well. So I've definitely been called on this spiritual path, and I'm really excited to take this next step in providing you with these YouTube videos. So this first video is going to be just a collective reading for the week. We're just going to see what comes through. I haven't made a specific designation if it's love or if it's career. So I do believe that Spirit will bring through the messages for whomever they are intended for. So I do have information below if you would like to book a private reading with me. Again, I do those psychic tarot readings. I am an intuitive reader, so along with the traditional meaning of each tarot card, I read it intuitively. So if you know tarot and you are seeing the images on the cards and Spirit sends you a message, by all means, take what resonates with you. This is general. So, yeah, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to call in my guides and my angels and create a sacred space here before we start. Spirit, thank you so much for this opportunity to read for the collective today. We ask that the messages are clear and that they resonate and that they are for the highest good and that the messages bring healing. Thank you for using me as a clear channel and for surrounding this space with love and light. And so it is. Okay, so today I'm going to be using 3 decks. The primary tarot deck that I use is the Fountain Tarot. Okay, so I'll be drawing just 4 primary cards. I'm going to do 4 shuffles, draw 4 primary cards, and then for clarifiers or just some additional information, I'm going to be using the Hermetic Tarot, as well as Caroline Meese's archetype cards. So again, guys, I am an intuitive reader, so bear with me if I pause a little bit. This is my first video, so just trying to get into the groove and the swing of things. So if you see this video and you like what you see, it resonates with you, please like and subscribe. If it doesn't resonate with you this time, I ask that you come back, okay? Because maybe the message just isn't for you today, but that doesn't mean that it might not be in the future. Okay, so I do have some Palo Santo burning here, just to kind of clear the space. So Palo Santo is the wood from a tree limb that has been downed by lightning. And it sits and it ages, and that's how it gains its mystical properties. So along with clearing space, it also brings in blessings, okay? Yeah. All right, let's get started. Okay, Spirit, thank you for using me as a clear channel. We ask, what messages does the collective need to hear today? Okay, and 4 shuffles. Let's try that one again. Spirit, what? Whoa, okay. So, all right off the bat, you guys. The Tower. The Tower isn't always bad. This just means some significant event. It actually doesn't have to be an event in the physical world. It could be something emotionally or internally, something mentally, but something significant, some change, okay? So we have the Tower, and then we have Justice. Okay, that's probably a pretty good card to see right after the Tower, okay? Okay, Spirit, what does the collective need to know today? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. You guys, I don't always read reversals either, again, because I am an intuitive reader. It's however Spirit chooses to bring the message through to me. So the third card that we got is the Knight of Coins. It's an earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't want you to get hung up on the zodiac signs associated with the cards, because sometimes I feel like that has a tendency for people to kind of stop listening if they don't hear their sign. Take it with a grain of salt, okay? And we all have in our zodiac charts, there's so much more than your sun sign. So unless you really know your full chart or somebody else's full chart, take the signs with a grain of salt, okay? But again, that Justice card is the sign for Libra, an air sign, the scales. Okay, we need one more card. Spirit, what message does the collective need to hear today? Oop. 10 of Cups. Okay, that's a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know off the top of my head what the Tower is for zodiacs. Okay. All right, let's get some clarifiers, but it feels like to me that this, I do feel like this situation is regarding a relationship right off the bat. So it seems to me like there's going to be some big change in somebody's relationship. Before I even go into it a little bit further, let's get some clarifiers, okay? Ooh. Queen of Wands. So that's fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Okay. So the devil. Now don't get hung up on the fact that it's the devil, right? The devil can often indicate our ego or the physical aspect of us as humans. So we have spiritual aspect and we have the physical ego human aspect, okay? So don't get scared, right? Just like when we see the Tower, we have a tendency to automatically assume negative, but that doesn't always mean it. So then we have the Queen of Cups, the water sign again. Ooh, okay. Oh, and the Star with the 10 of Cups. So whatever is going on here, I do feel like there's going to be a positive outcome. Okay, let me just take a second to kind of see what energies I'm picking up here. Okay, so some of you may be dealing with a woman. There are two women here. Now, this also doesn't necessarily mean a third-party situation, but this could mean two aspects of a person. And to me, what it kind of feels like, whomever my viewer is, it's you. I feel like you are instilling this change in this situation. It's like something happens, a triggering event, okay? Because this is general, it could be so many different scenarios, but what it feels like to me is somebody is just fed the hell up, okay? And so it triggers that Queen of Wands energy, that fiery passion, you know, making changes, taking names kind of thing. It feels like I am done, no more, right? So now here, this energy is a little bit more confusing to me, so give me a sec. So we have Justice, balance with the Devil. You know, and what this could be to whomever you are dealing with, right, in this relationship, it's like they're acting so much out of ego, that kind of carnal desire, manipulation. I'm going to pull another card here just so I have a little bit more clarification. But it's almost like you see the truth in a situation and you're like, I'm done with this, Spirit. Yes, okay, look at you guys. Seven of Swords and Seven of Cups. Lying, cheating, deceiving, holding back. You know, and it's not going to be a super, I don't want everybody to think that the relationship that you're in or the situation that you're in, because this card came up, that it always indicates cheating. It doesn't. Sometimes it can just be withholding of the truth, just some manipulation, right? You'll know what resonates with your scenario. But the Seven of Cups, this can also be somebody who has a lot of options. But really what I'm kind of feeling, what I'm feeling here is this person that you're dealing with, this manipulation and this lying has made you confused. And it's like they're doing that on purpose to keep you confused and to keep you in this situation, right? So it's like telling you, just giving you like breadcrumbs is really what I'm feeling. It's like they're telling you just enough of what you want to hear to keep you confused and to keep you like questioning, right? It's almost like, to me, I feel like before, and you've had different scenarios or situations where you've thought about maybe leaving this relationship, and then they sense that, and they'll come back around and they will say, kind of like lay it on thick, right? Tell you what you want to hear to keep you around, okay? But what I'm feeling like this week is you guys are like, I'm fucking done with this, no more. I'm not doing it. I see the truth and I'm not having this. And you are choosing to bring balance to this situation. Okay? And again, this devil energy, I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is you bringing balance to the relationship. It's to me what it feels like has been a very much like a one-sided. Like you've been giving all the effort and they've been doing the bare minimum. And you're like, no more, I'm done. Okay, so now we have this Knight of Coins and this Queen of Cups. And really this, okay, so this could go a few different ways. In one scenario, you know, maybe this person whom you're dealing with hasn't been acting from integrity, right? They have been lying, they've been manipulating, they've been maybe using you for different things. It's like they've been playing on your emotions because they know that you are this Queen of Cups, this like, you have this very sensitive side to you, and it's like they've been playing up on that to keep you confused, right? They've been playing on your emotions. So that's one scenario. The second scenario is that something happens to trigger you to step out of this Queen of Cups energy and into this Queen of Wands energy where you're like, enough is enough. You know, I'm making changes. I'm creating balance in this situation. And for some of you, it's going to trigger your person to make an offer, like make a tangible offer to you to try to resolve the situation. But it's up to you to use your discernment and your intuition to figure out, is this person telling me, you know, are they blowing smoke or are they being authentic? Let's get another clarifier here for this Queen of Cups and Knight of Coins. So the thing to remember too about the Knight of Coins, it's not the King of Coins. So like we know with the Knights, they are more advanced or maybe more mature than the Pages, but they're not at that King energy yet. So it might be an offer that isn't rooted in like stability. It may be a physical offer, but there could be the risk of it not really being something that's going to manifest into a long-term change. Okay, so again, use your discernment and your intuition. Okay, we're going to get another clarifier here for the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Coins spirit. What else do we need to know about this energy, the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Coins? The Fountain. So, because this is the Fountain deck, this is like a special card in the tarot of this specific deck. So the way that I always interpret this one is like creation. You are going to have the power to take this situation in the direction that you want it to, you know, that you want it to be in. But it's like, I get the feeling from this card that it's like, it could be the birth or the manifestation, the creation of, we're gonna get another card here just for some clarifiers, because it could go so many different ways, but it's like this creative energy, right? So, you know, with like the Empress, we have the energy of fertility, and abundance and creation. The way that I feel about the Fountain, when I look at this card, it reminds me of like the Big Bang. You know, like that spark that creates. And so it's like, this could be the start. It feels like something major. So this would be considered like a major arcana card. So it's like something massive, some massive change, but it's going to be in your, it's going to be, I'll be totally depend on the choices that you make. Let's get another clarifier here for the Fountain Spirit. What else can we know about the Fountain? King of Cups. Okay. So it's interesting because the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups are like natural counterparts, right? But the thing that I don't like about on this deck, not that I don't like it, but if you look at his face, he's like sitting in that chair when all this emotion is going around him, right? And he's kind of got a little smug look on his face. He's balancing his coffee cup. So the way that I would feel about this could be taken a couple different ways too. This could be you, right? So you're here at the Queen of Cups. This person offers you something, whether it's like an apology, maybe they offer you a gift, and you move into, right? So after this, you know, this creation energy, where your relationship or this scenario could go out several different ways. You're considering, you know, what do you want to create? What do you want to manifest? And you move into the King of Cups energy where you're like, you know, maybe this offer wasn't, maybe your intuition told you that this offer wasn't, the person wasn't coming from a place of integrity or authenticity. And you, because harnessing this Queen of Wands energy, we're like, I'm not falling for that bullshit anymore. You move into the King of Cups energy and you're watching this display from this person in your life, maybe trying to use emotional manipulation, right, to keep you here, to keep you confused. Oh my God, I'm sorry you guys, this is the first time I've seen this webcam. But you're wising up and you're like, no more, now you're in the King of Cups. And so you here internally are stable, right? So you have harnessed control over your emotions. So that's one scenario. And that's really actually what I'm strongly feeling. But in the other sense, this could be that person, right? Getting a kick. I look at that guy's face and it's like he's getting a kick out of seeing you get emotional. So use your discernment again, whatever resonates with you. You'll know specifically what resonates with your scenario. But the biggest lesson or biggest message that I'm getting from this so far, use your discernment and your intuition because you have the power to create the future that you want in this scenario. But it's going to be important that you're staying balanced and centered internally. Because I do feel like ultimately, you're going to come out on top if you use your intuition and your discernment and you can stay stable or balanced is the word that I was thinking of, right? So 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. And the Star is a wish come true, right? So what do you really, it's important to ask yourself, what do you really want with this relationship? Do you want to manifest a future with this person? Do you want to manifest a future with a new person? Because if you stay in a scenario with somebody who has been treating you less than you deserve, what are you missing out on? What else could be out there, right? And we have to remember that in each scenario there is a lesson and there's a takeaway. And in some situations the lesson is having enough strength and finding enough strength to move on and to say no more. So I want to get a message from the archetype card here. What? Oh my god. Okay. We had 2 fall out already. I didn't even ask my question yet, so I'm going to put them back. But I'm going to show them just in case they resonate with you. Okay, we have athlete. So the light attributes of this card: dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Shadow attributes: misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Take this with a grain of salt, because this brings up so many different thoughts to me. This person that you're dealing with, you know, and this will resonate with you if this is your scenario, but how are they misusing, you know, their ability, right? Maybe they have a very strong personality, you know, and I certainly want to caution anybody, if you are in any kind of like physically abusive relationship, which kind of, you know, this could allude to, you know, there are people and there are resources out there for you to get help to get out of that scenario. You know, and that's not going to resonate for anybody, but what this feels like to me, again, is that manipulation. Somebody is misusing their energy, their connection with you, and maybe this is somebody who is aware of how to use energy and you know, how to manipulate energy. Maybe they're doing like dark magic, things like that, spell work. And this is a selfish motive. So keep that in mind again, right? Because we did have the 7 of Swords. What is your person's motive? What are they saying to you? What is their motive? Use your intuition. You know, don't just listen to the words. I don't listen to words anymore, right? You got to have the action to back it up. And again, maybe this is your energy in the light attributes here. What changes are you making? How are you harnessing your own power to, you know, get to a better place in your life and to cut the ties with toxic relationships, right? Relationships that aren't serving your highest good. The second one we got was gossip. So the light attribute of this card: awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So kind of like I was talking about before, you guys, here with that Queen of Cups, Knight of Coins energy starting out, right? Because of this Tower moment, creating that change in you for you to harness your Queen of Wands energy, for you to, you know, be like, no more, I'm cutting out the bullshit, right? You're bringing balance and justice to your person's ego and manipulation. And maybe this person then is making that offer. And, you know, in some scenarios, if your intuition is telling you that this person is being genuine and authentic, and whatever change that has happened, whatever words that you've said to kind of awaken or bring to light, to trigger something in your person, to have a change of heart or a change of thought, you know, keep that in mind too. Maybe this is going to be important for you to really take a minute and for you to come from a place of internal balance, so you can deliver your message clearly, to express yourself to this person about how their behavior and how they've been treating you, how it's affecting you, and that is going to instill some really positive change in your relationship. Because we have to remember that we're all we experience traumas and things in our life that create faulty thinking patterns, and you know, as adults, if we haven't worked through that, the way that we behave, really the underlying cause is we're trying to get some need met. And not every single person that acts this way, that they even necessarily realize that they are doing something malicious. It's sometimes they don't know how to get, this need met without lying, right? Maybe it was never safe for them to tell the truth in their life. With that being said, that doesn't mean that you should ever tolerate mistreatment. But sometimes, if we have somebody in our life that we really value and we sense their integrity and we sense that maybe they are coming from a place of woundedness, sometimes we've been sent as well as triggers on their healing journey. And so by us being able to communicate clearly to somebody, that can be very eye-opening to them. But with that being said as well, it's not your responsibility to heal anybody or to stick around for somebody to figure out or for you to stick around for somebody to get to that state of healed or wholeness, but that we can make choices in how we're choosing to show up and participate in a relationship. Okay, so for the shadow attribute, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. What I just feel like from this gossip, I really feel like people using words for manipulation. Again, do they have the actions to back up what they're saying? Right? I have had conversations with people before and I'm looking them straight in the eye and they're saying something to me and everything inside of me is screaming like, this is a huge show. They're putting on an act. Use your discernment. Are they telling you something that you want to hear to keep you around? Are they trying to confuse you? Right? Okay. Let's see one more message here for what action can you take in this situation this week? Okay. So, interesting. We have the Five of Swords and the King of Swords. So, very much air energy again. I hope you guys can see that. Sorry, I'm new to this. Really, you guys, I know everybody's scenario is going to be different. But what I feel like with this, what Spirit is saying, for the action that you need to take, don't play the games. This is the Five of Swords. This is very, you can't see it. Maybe you can. That guy's face. Look at it. He's like balancing, but he's got this like smug look on his face. It seems to be a theme for a lot of the people in these cards. Maybe they're trying, seems like they get a kick out of stirring up emotions. Don't play. If that's what you're picking up from your person, then that's what you sense. Don't play the game. Right? Embody this King of Swords energy and cut out the bullshit. Okay. Use your intellect. Maybe take some quiet time. But I see this and he's like got his sword down on the ground. And it's like, no more, I'm not playing that. I'm very strong mentally and I see what's going on here and I'm choosing not to engage in this. This isn't for my highest good. Okay. I just feel like we need to get one more. We're going to get one from Caroline Neese's archetypes here. So Spirit, what is the takeaway message? These are really hard to shuffle. What is the takeaway message for my viewers here, Spirit, for how, what do they need to know for this week? We have two of them. All right, guys. Hedonist and beggar. Hedonist inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Boom, this is huge. Self-love. Do some things for yourself. Look, this woman, she's like relaxing outside, she's eating fruit, she's taking care of herself. Our health and our wellness starts by, what intention, what thoughts are we thinking about ourselves? But it's all about balance as well. But every relationship that we have with people is a the relationships that we have with ourselves, the relationship that we have with ourselves is mirrored in the relationships that we have with others. So how are you treating yourself? Do you put yourself first? How can you show yourself some self-love this week? Okay, so beggar confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. The biggest thing that stood out to me here was self-esteem. When we, are showing ourselves that self-love and we are coming from a place of doing what is for our highest good, that is going to ripple out into our physical world, okay? So this woman, take some time by yourself maybe. She's got her eyes covered, she looks like she's wrapped up in a blanket, and she's drinking her tea. Maybe take some time to yourself. And again, so that's the biggest message, self-care, self-love. What do you need to do for yourself to raise your vibration, right? And it's okay if this scenario, plays out and this happens to, maybe they do offer you something. It's okay for you to say, I need some time to think and kind of sort this all out. That is okay to do. Because I think ultimately, you will get that 10 of cups and that wish fulfillment. And the thing to remember is sometimes that comes sometimes we can be our own 10 of cups and our own wish fulfillment, right? We don't need another person to complete us. That was heavy. Okay, guys, well, that was it. So I hope this resonated with you. Leave some comments below. If it did, if it didn't, I need to know, right? This is my first video. I'm trying to grow as a tarot reader. And again, I do mediumship and psychic work. So if you like and subscribe and you would like to book something private with me, all my info will be below. All right, have a great week, you guys. Thanks.